Extreme events have occurred in the past, but because of climate change is making them worse, so more severe. It's also making them, in some cases, more frequent. And in the case of events like droughts, making those of longer duration. So these things are of huge concern.
Everybody's stunned, just couldn't believe it. Just never seen that kind of water in our lives, They talked the 500-year flood. Hopefully that was it. It don't happen again for 500 years, but who knows?
We didn't get to plant our crops. My basement still has water in it. My road is still unpassable. My life has been turned upside down. And that, for the eastern part of the state, so many people, his lives are still upside down.
If there's insects out there that are overwintering, they're in the ground, for example, in the wintertime, they're not going to come out until the temperatures are nice and warm, so they get delayed in their emergence. So those are sort of things that I've noticed that would be really applicable to the climate.
Some insects that are crop pests overwinter in Nebraska, and some overwinter to the south of us and migrate up each year. So those migrating insects weren't affected by the flooding, but the resident insects, depending on how long they were underwater, they could have mortality because of flooding. Insects need oxygen to breathe, and they can drown in the soil if there's no oxygen because of flooding.
And if anything like this would ever impact me, I'd want someone to come help me too. I wouldn't want to be stuck high and dry and have to do all this on my own. This is way too much work for just a couple people to do.
Agriculture is more of a lifestyle than just a career or a job. Those that are involved are dedicated, they're hardworking, and it's a sense of community. Everyone knows everyone, which is good and bad, but in times like this, it really shows how community strengthens and comes together.
Youth are instinctively aware of what's going on in their environment and want to be part of the solution and making it better. So I've been very pleased with the response of our young people here and wanting to be part of the solution and saying, look, we can do things differently than we've been doing them, and we can do them in a better way that's better for the environment, better for our community, and gives us a chance to stick around. We want young people to stay in rural Nebraska. We have to give them a reason to.
Climate change is this massive threat that we're all facing, and we need to stop arguing about whether it's real, and we need to be talking about solutions, and we need to think outside of the box and accept the science, understanding that there's still a lot about the science that we don't clearly understand, but understanding that while there's a lot about the science we don't understand, some of the stuff about the science we don't understand means that this could be much, much worse than what is being projected. And so this is something that there are unknowns, and those unknowns may really be much, much greater in terms of the impacts and the implications and what we know. So we need to start now, and we need to start fast, and we really need to start changing behaviors. And it needs to start with the youngest kids. So I'll stop there because that's enough for a capsule.